Okay, hello YouTube. Now this one is a watercolour. Now if you know me, I don't do watercolours hardly ever. I don't really get on with them very much. I don't like the way my paintings look when they're finished as I do them, and 9 times out of 10 they go wrong and I'm not very happy with them. So I've over the course of my career, I suppose we can call it now, I have switched to almost completely to water paints. Watercolours are not my thing. However, every now and again somebody inspires me to try them and I have to get them out and do something. This time it was a painting by, I think her name, I should have checked this before I started the video, is Agnes Cecile. Anyway, I'll post a link to the painting in question, a speed painting on YouTube, in a very similar style to this. I've basically taken their style and copied it for the means of this, just to see if I could do it. Now it's an incredible painting that she did, and I've used the same colours. I think we used a I think it's Prussian blue and alizarin crimson, and that's it for the entire painting. The idea was to keep it quick, flowing, and not be afraid of splashes. You know, you blow the paint here, you let it drip intentionally, and try and get this kind of crystalline effect. Now what I did around here, perhaps can't quite see it on the camera, I'll post a close-up picture of it at the end of the video, is use a white gouache just on a little fine brush and do little white lines around how the paint is dried, around the shapes that it formed, and it gives it this like crystal effect, which I think was a beautiful idea by this artist. And if you check out her other videos as well, I can't recommend them enough. Fantastic painter. I'm not going to sell this obviously because it's basically a copy of somebody else's idea, but it was just like a little experiment. Now this person, this isn't the painting that they did, this is my own friend Bethan. Again, absolutely stunningly beautiful girl, and all the character in the world is in her face, so you can focus just on that and just eradicate everything else about the picture. You don't need anything else there. When somebody's got a face like that, you can just use that and work with it, you know. It's just fantastic. Okay, now the other thing that I thought I would mention in this video is actually mounting a painting, because 9 times out of 10 when somebody's learning to paint they'll use paper. I pretty much exclusively work on canvas now. I don't use paper hardly ever. In fact, I don't think I've got any spare paper in the house. So what happens, well, you don't want to ideally work to a specific size. You don't want to work to put something in a mount that you've already got. You want to fit the mount to it, really, because when you paint something, like here's a trick that I use and a lot of artists use. You get an old mount, you cut it inside. This is probably too big an example, but you cut it in the corners, okay, so you've got 2 L shapes, and then you can place those on top of your picture and resize them and see how you'd like it by moving them up and down, and you can tell where the best section of your painting is and where you want the mount to go. Okay, so that's exactly what I did here. I got a mount which was just the right size for it, put it round. Now another point is that you pretty much 9 times out of 10 you want a white mount. There are coloured mounts that work in a lot of paintings, but if you try a white mount on something, it's always going to work because there's no clashing colours. Lots of artists recommend white mounts. You use them exclusively, sometimes with a black frame or a silver frame. You can have a dark frame, but a white mount is quite important. If you're struggling to pick what colour is going to work, go with white. Okay, it's the obvious solution. Also, wide is always better. Everything looks better with a wide mount in it. If it's like a centimetre or an inch, you know, quite thin, it's a waste of time putting it there. It's not going to enhance anything. So yeah, that's my tip about mounting. If you can get like a mount cutter and some mount board and do it yourself, brilliant. It's tricky to do. You've got to be very careful in the corners. So difficult, in fact, that you better go to a framers and get some professional to do it. That's indeed what I do. And yeah, so that's mounting. That's watercolours. That's my gorgeous friend Bethan. And yeah, so again, I suppose you can apply this to the same concept that I said about my cubism video, how you've got to push yourself out of your comfort zone every now and again. Like, I hate doing watercolours, but here and there I'll just occasionally grab them, have a go, and something good will come of it. This took about 20 minutes to paint. So I hope you like this video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Thanks very much.